They have decided in Georgia that they would like to come over after me. They use false reasons for wanting to come after me. I don't know if you remember, and I believe we talked about it last time. Georgia had never had a prosecutorial oversight committee, and all of a sudden, 14 minorities were elected to office to serve as district attorney. And now all of a sudden they need an oversight committee to look after district attorneys because they want to tell us how to prosecute and who to prosecute and where we should put our resources.
Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So Fani Willis suggests creation of Georgia prosecutorial oversight panel is racially motivated. So she's back to her race bullcrap diversion. She'll never just take accountability for her actions. You know, all she had to do was just keep it in her pants or not hire Nathan Wade and she would have been fine. But instead, she hired Nathan Wade. They were lovers. And then she went on a bunch of trips and did a bunch of shady stuff and claimed that she paid him back with cash. This is a result and consequences of her own actions. I hate how the left has no accountability for the crap that they do. And it takes a real dirtbag like her to even bring charges in this case like she has. The Trump RICO case in Georgia is nothing but a witch hunt trial. But the embattled Fulton County District Attorney Fanny Willis suggested on Monday that the creation of the prosecutorial oversight panel in Georgia is racially motivated. Of course, right? Georgia had never had the prosecutorial oversight committee, Willis told MSNBC host Rachel Maddow when asked about the state Senate's special committee investigation. All of a sudden, 14 minorities were elected to office to serve as district attorneys, she continued. Now, all of a sudden, they need an oversight committee to look after district attorneys because they want to tell us how to prosecute and who to prosecute and where we should put our resources, as opposed to allowing voters that put us in the seats to make these determinations. You're obviously doing the federal government's bidding as you attack Joe Biden's main opponent in the 2024 election. The judge already threw out the phone call, the infamous phone call that this whole story revolved around, said that Trump did nothing on that perfect phone call. So the case is already gone. Fani Willis has completely lost sight and does not have any clue that the only reason that she was put in this position was because she's dumb enough to actually take the case and go after Trump. They're going to throw her away as soon as this is done, win or lose. They have no use for her after that. That's how this works. But the new disciplinary board approved by the GOP-controlled state legislature earlier this year and signed into law by Republican Governor Brian Kemp in March will have the power to discipline and remove prosecutors from cases in Georgia found to have engaged in misconduct. There's nothing wrong with that. If you bring a case and you engage in misconduct, there should be some type of oversight to get you removed. People that are engaged in misconduct should not be allowed to prosecute and hold other people to the fire where they can get thrown in jail and fined and all this stuff. I mean, what kind of crazy world do they think America is? Willis, who was under investigation by the Georgia State Senate over use of taxpayer money during a relationship with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade, could come under scrutiny from the new body over the same allegations and under aspects of her handling of the prosecution of former President Donald Trump. Oh yeah, so that's the other thing. She also misspent like $500,000 that was allocated for one specific use that she didn't use it for, essentially.
I believe I'm correct on this, that the district attorney has sole discretion under very narrow...
Here, let's just look into that real quick. Senator Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson are investigating whether Fulton County District Attorney Fanny Willis misused federal funds. The two Republican senators highlighted multiple reports accusing Willis's office of squandering funds, including from the Department of Justice of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention and other initiatives, on frivolous items such as swag and unrelated travel. In fiscal year 2020, the OJJDP awarded Fulton County nearly $500,000 to establish the Fulton County Center of Youth Empowerment and Gang Prevention. Grassley and Johnson wrote in a letter to Willis on Wednesday. The center has yet to open, and the building meant to house this is closed to the public, and its gates are padlocked. So they cited the reporting from Washington Free Beacon reporting on Willis, a Democrat firing Amanda Timpson Previously the head of gang prevention and intervention at the DA's office, she was the one who sounded the alarm about the potential misuse of the OJDP funds. And I actually covered that in a video a while back, so I'm not going to get into it any further because I want to finish up my main topic here. So back to the original article. They use false reasons for wanting to come after me, the district attorney said Monday. No, it's not false reasons. Everybody out here wants accountability to the people that are in your position. You can't just run amok and throw people in jail and misspend $500,000 and then go after the former president who is the current front runner after you have a secret meeting with your lover Nathan Wade in the White House. People want to know, did you get those orders from Joe Biden? But another quote, what is so ironic is, although it's only 14 of the 50 DAs in the state of Georgia, most of the citizens report to our jurisdictions. So although we're smaller in number than the other 36, most of the population has elected these minority DAs to serve them and has trusted their judgment, Willis argued. But apparently, we now need daddy to tell us how to do our job. Yes, you need daddy to tell you how to do your job, Fani Willis, because you do a terrible job, you're corrupt, and there's nothing about you that sends any opposing message to the people. Just because you go to church and declare things doesn't mean that you're really empowered by God, okay? This is insane. Her mentality is way off base. But Willis, 52, also rallied against House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, who subpoenaed the DA back in February over allegations she mishandling federal funds. Jim Jordan, we have a quote from her. Jim Jordan has time after time attacked my office with no legitimate purpose. Well, I think the legitimate purpose is the writing on the wall. $500,000 missing. She claimed anyone that knows Jim Jordan's history also knows he has a purpose of trying to interfere with criminal investigations. It's disgusting, Willis said of the congressional probe. Now at this state level, they've decided to follow this clown's lead. Jim Jordan is a leader that has higher authority than you do. And you acted like you weren't going to do anything. You have not responded to the subpoena, and you have not, from what I understand, she has not done any of the things that Jim Jordan requested of her back in that subpoena. She basically just said, I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not going to cooperate. Wouldn't that be nice, right? You can just go do whatever you want, and whenever they subpoena you, you're like, nah, I wasn't wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. And then just ignore it. Try doing that with a simple parking ticket, or, okay, maybe not a parking ticket, but try doing that with a ticket for not having your dog licensed, and you'll end up with a warrant for your arrest. So good luck with that. The Georgia State Special Senate Investigation Panel held its third public meeting related to the Willis probe earlier this month, which delved into the amount of money the DA's office has spent prosecuting the historic racketeering case against Trump and his co-defendants, and the lack of oversight other government entities have over the district attorney's office. Willis has vowed not to appear before the panel, questioning state lawmakers' authority to issue her a subpoena. Like I said, she's not going to show up. She's just going to do whatever she wants because she thinks that she is the power. She doesn't realize that she is just a convenient puppet that is being used by the Biden and DOJ to go after Biden's rival, who ultimately had a better economy during his 4 years of presidency than Biden has. I mean, it's simple. At this point, all you got to do is look at the 4 years versus the 4 years. You got to kind of subtract 2020 because of COVID, and everybody understands that. And if you don't, you're just a brainwashed moron. But it's pretty plain and simple. Both of these candidates have a 4-year track record. Trump's America was much, much better than Biden's. Just go to the grocery store. Just go fill up your car with gas. Get a quote for your car insurance. Check out your mortgage statement and look at how much extra escrow you got to pay. And if you're like me, you got a little bill at the end of last year that said that your escrow account was too low and your payment had to go up. And mine went up almost 10% because house insurance, homeowner's insurance. So instead of being able to pay that extra $100 a month toward the principal to get me out of this lifelong debt, it just goes towards insurance. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. If you enjoyed this video, if you like this type of content, if you learned anything, if you want to support a small channel, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you watching to the end. You guys are fantastic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.